In today's video, we will make a short recap of episode 1 of Tensura season 3 before we proceed with what will happen next. Following Clayman's defeat, Rimuru remains present at Walpurgis. Leon Cromwell and Luminous Valentine depart early, prompting Rimuru to task Raphael with analyzing the recipes of the dishes served. He also refuses to allow Milim Nava to consume wine, deeming her too young for it, while Ramirez succumbs to overindulgence and passes out. Returning home, Rimuru is welcomed by the citizens, including Diablo. While enjoying matcha pudding, Rimuru discovers that Veldora divulged everything to Diablo, resulting in his pudding being confiscated. Despite initial reluctance, Rimuru eventually relents and returns the pudding out of pity. It emerges that Diablo had restored the King of Falmouth and his subordinates, who were previously tortured by Shin for threatening Tempest. The trio pledges loyalty to Diablo, and together with Yaum, Grucius, and Mjurin, they journey back to Falmouth. Meanwhile, the nobles in Falmouth fail to heal the king. Diablo's group arrives, recounting the defeat of Falmouth's army and Veldora's resurrection, shocking the nobles who had believed Veldora to be long gone. Raisin clarifies that a true dragon cannot be permanently destroyed, as they possess the ability to be reborn. Additionally, they learn that the Dryads aided Rimuru in negotiating with Veldora to appease his wrath, prompting the nobles to reconsider their hostility towards Tempest. When Carlos, a noble, refuses to accept this truth or consider an alliance with Tempest, Raisin freezes him in a block of ice. After the king is healed using one of Rimuru's potions, Diablo gives the nobles an ultimatum: either ally with Tempest or face continued conflict, with a stern warning against betraying Rimuru. This leaves the nobles with little time to decide. Rimuru entrusts Diablo with handling the situation upon learning of these developments. So now, let's continue what to expect to happen next in episode 2. Later, as predicted by Diablo, the nobles convened for the Imperial Conference. Tension gripped the room as the king revealed the defeat of their troops by Veldora, the Storm Dragon. Outrage erupted when he announced their agreement to pay 10,000 stellars in reparations to the monsters. The nobles, oblivious to the severity of the situation, proposed continuing the war. However, news of Rimuru becoming a demon lord shifted the dynamics, leading to the acceptance of peace negotiations with the Tempest Federation. Ultimately, Diablo's plan unfolded smoothly. The morning after Diablo's report, Shuna and Sawe returned safely, albeit exhausted from battle. Shuna's limited mana required time to recover before they could teleport back. Meanwhile, Sawe, unable to leave Shuna alone, stayed with her despite his ability to teleport. Hakiru was left behind to handle cleanup duties. Despite not possessing teleportation abilities, Hakiru dutifully assisted in various tasks, including coordinating investigations and managing captives. Later, Benimaru's party also returned, swiftly withdrawing after leaving their lieutenants in charge. Benimaru and Shuna shared a similar carefree attitude, leaving the aftermath for others to handle. Gabble remained on the battlefield to assist with cleanup efforts, while Geld and the Orc tribe worked on reconstruction. Beastketeers were also joining, having decided to align with Tempest Federation after the destruction of Eurasinia. The Nimaru, Geld, and Alvis organized captives into brigades for resettlement, ensuring beastmen and others had places to stay and work. Milim's decision to relocate her capital facilitated the reconstruction process. Despite initial worries, Rimuru realized his subordinates were more than capable of handling affairs without his constant guidance. Several days after Benimaru's return, Diablo brought a dark box containing a peace treaty and reparations from the kingdom of Farmus. The treaty included 1,500 stellars, more than expected. Most of the stellars came from King Idmalis, who handed over his assets to clear the national reserves. Diablo explained Farmus's economic situation and their plan to deal with remaining debts. Meanwhile, the Western Holy Church sought contact with Diablo's subordinate Rahim, likely to investigate their battle against Farmus. They decided to send Rahim to explain but awaited the church's response. Gabble returned from battle and Rimuru comforted him. He presented a letter from Milim, requesting cooking lessons for some persistent guys she's bringing next time. Gabble explained that the worshippers of the dragon have a simple lifestyle and may lack culinary knowledge. They plan to subtly introduce them to new culinary experiences during Milim's next visit. Rimuru instructed Gabble to continue his research and reminded him to attend their next meeting for rewards. Everyone gathered in the meeting room, and Rimuru kicked off the discussion as the new demon lord. Amid cheers and congratulations, Rimuru outlined his plans for governing the Jura Great Forest and addressing potential challenges, such as resistance from the Western Holy Church. As the meeting progressed, Rimuru proposed turning the announcement of his demon Lord status into a town-wide festival, attracting visitors and showcasing their community. Despite concerns about logistics and budgets, enthusiasm prevailed, and plans quickly took shape. As preparations unfolded, including invitations to human leaders, Rimuru reflected on the significance of this event and his role as a demon lord. With determination and a nod to his love of festivals, he resolved to make this celebration unforgettable, both for his citizens and for the wider world. Thus began the preparations for the Grand Tempest Festival. This is where our video ends. That's all for today. See you in my next video.